Hi, this is Scott at the Poly Music Library, a service of Lincoln City Libraries funded by the Lillian Homes Poly Trust. If you're staying at home and would like to work on improving your musical skills, there are a few directions you can go. For one thing, you can still borrow books from the Poly Music Library by placing holds on them via the lincolnlibraries.org website. Then you can come on down and pick them up and keep practicing. But I wanted to mention a few websites and free software packages that can also help you with practicing, playing, recording, and even collaborating with other musicians from home. Now, these are external websites that are not owned or operated by Poly, so we can't help you with these if things go wrong, but here are some places to look for help at no cost. Let's start with the Toned Ear, TONEDEAR.com. This is a great place for some free ear training exercises. There are some teacher tools on here too, but if you just want to practice things like identifying intervals by hearing, chords, scales, chord progressions, etc., you can go in here. I'll use the intervals quiz as an example. Put in all intervals. There's a bunch of different choices here that you can put in, but you can start a quiz where it'll play intervals for you, and you can identify if you heard them correctly. You probably can't hear this here, but that was a major seventh, and sure enough, there you go. When you end a quiz, you can click on End Quiz and see how you did, and kind of show yourself where you maybe need some work or where you're doing especially well. Another place to look for things along those lines is musictheory.net. From there, you can select a bunch of things, lessons and exercises. The lessons talk about all kinds of things you'd expect to find in a music theory type class, starting with very simple things up to more advanced voice leading writing. As an example, here's some basic beginner stuff with learning how a music staff is put together. You can go through these, and they're quite interactive and easy to work with for people who would like to kind of interact with something on a computer that way. And again, we can go back here to exercises, and there's some ear training tools you can do here. There's also in the tools section some fun things like if you're writing 12-tone music, there's sort of an auto matrix tool in there that you can use. If you find yourself wanting to get more into something, the Berklee College of Music is offering some MOOCs, they call them. Go to berkeley.edu/academics/MOOCs, and they have a variety of classes online that you can sign up for free in music technology, theory and ear training, music business and entrepreneurship, music therapy, performance and improvising, songwriting, etc. There's a little form that you fill out and submit, and they'll send you more information on how to sign up for these, and they're really fun, and again, they're totally free, so it's worth checking those out. Now, if you're at home and you're looking for some more sheet music, again, you can still borrow things from Poly. Another place to look for things is imslp.org. This is a public domain sheet music website that's hosted in Canada. For example, I'll just do a quick search for Beethoven here. It's not a very fancy looking website, but it does have a lot of information on pretty much any public domain composers that you're looking for. You'll find quite a lot of sheet music on here. They tend to be scans of older copies of these things that are in the public domain, but you can find a lot of information this way. So here's Beethoven's Cello Sonata, Opus 64 as an example. We can click on View. We can look at either the complete score or the cello part, but we'll just bring up the scan of the score here just to look at as an example. There we are. So that's a fun site to look through if you're looking for some new music to work with. If you want to write some sheet music of your own at home and you don't have notation software, head to musescore.org, musescore.org/en. This is a website where you can download free notation software. It works fine. It's competitive anyway with the commercial solutions like Sibelius and Finale that are out there. And there's kind of a community built up around some of these types of shareware softwares where you can get some support online for them if you're having trouble too. If you want to record, Audacity, going to audacity.team.org. Audacity is a great free recording program. You may have a recording program. I know, like if you're using a Mac, you probably have GarageBand already installed, but Audacity is a nice alternative too. It works on both Macs and PCs. It's a quick download, and again, fairly easy to use, and a pretty active online forum for helping if you have questions with it. For collaboration, if you're at home and you want to collaborate with some of your musical friends, a few places that you could go are BandLab. That's BandLab.com. This is a place that has sort of an online built-in recording software that you can also collaborate with people. It's free to use this as well. And it has a few interesting things that you can do, some mastering algorithms that you can try, once you've finished a song with people. Kind of a fun little place to go to try things out. And if you already have some recording software that you're comfortable with, another place that's worth looking at is Splice Studio. Splice makes their money off of things like renting plugins and having a monthly sample thing, but they have a studio solution that's especially useful for backing up your files. If you use Ableton, FL Studio, Logic or GarageBand, or Studio One, you can collaborate with other musicians on those software platforms through Splice Audio for free. You can upload your projects here, collaborate with people. You can see what changes that they've made to the program, what things that they've inserted, and you can revert back to different versions if you'd prefer. Kind of a fun way to collaborate with people, and again, using it in this way is totally free, so that's a nice option too. So hopefully these are useful as a few things that you can use for home without spending any money, and continuing to work on your musical skills or collaborate with others. If you have any questions about these resources or any musical questions in general, feel free to contact me at Polley, P-O-L-L-E-Y, at lincolnlibraries.org, or you can call the Polley Music Library at 402-441-8520.